Maybe you could just introduce that to us at a high level before we dive into the individual specifics.
Sure. So this isn't something I charge people for, or that is particularly special. It's a spreadsheet, right? It's a maturity tracker. You can use Excel to do your diagrams, your spiders, webs, whatever. I just like numbers. I'm a simple guy like that. And so really I've got 5 metrics when we're looking at 3 levels on these 5 metrics. And we can talk through each of them. But at a high level, they're listen, because you need to find out what's going on. Find the talent and the drainers, because you need to find who's going to help you, who's going to hinder you. Face into the stakeholders, whether that's external customers, internal customers, or whatever. You can't do it without having some conversations with them. Be ruthless. And this is the one that starts getting people a bit anxious. Like, what do you mean be ruthless? We've got to be kind. I didn't say be unkind. I said be ruthless, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then plan backwards. And everybody at that point, every single project manager, program director is going, no, you can't do that. That breaks the 101 rules. And it's like, you're up shit creek without paddle boards, right? Planning backwards is a viable thing. And I'll talk about the mindset change that it can bring to teams when you do that. But those are my 5 metrics. And what I suggest is you get in there on day one, and this can be done by people internally, so you don't have to call me, right?
Yeah.
And they get in there on day one, and they basically give themselves a rating on those 5 metrics, a kind of low, middle, high, right? And do that over a course of 5 to 6 weeks. I usually say 5 weeks, because that's sort of a solid month, and see that you're maturing through those, and then just keep dipping into it every day and say, have I done that? Have I looked at this? Have I gone and engaged with these people? Have I listened enough? Have I found the drainers? And just keep moving through that. It's incredibly simple. It's got nothing to do with AI fanciness. It's good, hard, checking yourself that you're progressing in the right direction on those key 5 criteria.
Very good. And you've already touched on it, which is that you don't need David Crawford to come in and actually put this in place. Anybody can just download this. Who's the best person to say, yep, I'm going to download this and I'm going to start looking at my own projects or company or whatever? And when should they do that? Should they wait until they're in trouble, or until they think they're in trouble?
I thought about this a little bit, and I think the answer has to be the moment it crosses your mind, whoever you are, the moment it crosses your mind that the project, program, whatever, isn't going well, and you might need to do something about that, surely that's the time to download something like this and do it. Now, if you're a junior developer in a squad, you might think that, maybe this will come up as a syllabus item on your degree in years to come. Who knows, right? But you're probably not going to have the gravitas to carry that through, right? And turning up and telling your CEO, I've been using the 5-step method of analyzing,
Yes.
and we're fucked. I mean, that's not going to go down well, right? So I think probably you need to engage some of the more seniors, managers, heads of that kind of thing. But I could see CEOs doing this as well, because there's nothing on here. And as we talk through them, we'll discover this more, Jeremy. I haven't mentioned technology. I haven't said the word database or API or AI or anything. There's nothing. This is about people, process, how things are going, timelines. That's what it's about. It's not about technology.
Right. And also, as I read it, I realized that as a leader of a part of the organization, it's not bad for me just to run through this anyway, because there's always challenges, right? You've always got people problems or process problems or delivery problems or something. I mean, that's your job, right? Your job is to get those things discovered and bring them back on track and create a great team. And I found, looking through this is a really good framework to just start with. Imagine starting a new job and saying, right, you're now responsible for that team. What a great place to start.
I mean, correct. And so to your point, you don't have to wait until you're in crisis, right? It's a little health check for you, right? And there's lots of health checks out there. I know, team health checks, strategy health checks, all that. But this, I suppose, is really a kind of delivery on track health check, right? Are we getting this done? Are we doing what we said we'd do? And therefore, and also, wouldn't it be useful, maybe, I've only just thought of this really, because when I'm kind of a little bit command and control to start with, because everybody's floundering. But in a healthier organization, wouldn't it be great if this was used in some of the retrospectives, and somebody in each squad said, well, where do you think we are on these things? How do you think we're doing? And everybody came together around some of those metrics. Yeah, so I think it can be used early, late, but it's a good one if you're in real trouble.
Great.